I retired from bike racing, my hobby for a while was getting KOMs from dopers. That was kind of what made my Strava blow up. I've since thankfully branched out from that, but that was the genesis of my whole channel and my mission. Part of how that worked, people would send me a segment on Strava and I would star it, and my starred segments became like my retirement to-do list. Now most of those are big mountains. Today's is different. This one is personal.
I'm Phil Gaimon. I was a pro cyclist for 10 years, racing all over the world. Now I'm retired, but I'm not done suffering on my bike, climbing mountains as fast as I can, and going on crazy adventures. I couldn't be the best at racing, and I'm definitely the worst at retiring. Welcome to Worst Retirement Ever.
Joining you today from Redlands, California. Redlands is the location for probably the most famous bike race in the US. It's been going on forever. My first time, I drove out here from Georgia to do this race in 2008 as an amateur. A few years later, I won the race, and that was the race that really put me on the map as a pro cyclist. That was, I'd say, what got me to Europe. That was really the first time I learned how to lead a team, to be a leader at all. Brought me from sleeping on couches to things are gonna be okay, Phil. I still get emotional thinking about it. My big rival when I won this race, my nemesis, really he was the villain in my first book, was Francisco Mancebo. It's even a great villain name, isn't it? Back then, I would compare pro racing in the US to kind of like playing pro basketball in Europe. It's competitive, but the real deal is over there, and every year or two, maybe the best guy would get a crack to go across the pond. But meanwhile, there were other guys going across the pond the other way. Mancebo's one of those. He was caught in the Operation Puerto doping scandal. He had some amazing results in Europe, but all of a sudden, none of the Euro teams would touch him, so he came to the US, where guys like me are sleeping on couches, living off prize money, couldn't afford EPO if we knew what it was, and suddenly we've got to figure out how to beat a guy who's come top 10 of the tour 4 times on all the drugs in the world. So we're on like 10 years ago now, and folks are sending me these doper segments on Strava, and one of them was this segment, which is on the final stage of the Redlands Classic. We're on the Sunset Loop right now, and Mancebo had the KOM. And I remember when I saw it thinking, the Redlands Classic is gonna do a bunch of laps up that every year. There's a Tuesday night group ride in Redlands. I'll let somebody else take that KOM. I don't have to have it, I just don't want him to have it. But then earlier this year, I was out here for the Redlands Classic. I was there to receive the Legends Award, which was super nice. They also had a Fondo. Part of that route, of course, was the Sunset Circuits. And we get to the wall segment, and my wahoo goes off, and I'm like, all those years, nobody's passed Mancebo's time? So I went for it. Still had 2 bottles on my bike, stuff in my pockets, my saddlebag was on, and I tied it. Which honestly, it's worse than being 5 seconds slower and not getting it at all. So first, I want to express my frustration at the pros. I shouldn't have to be here. I shouldn't have to do this. Y'all should have taken care of this. But I want to be loyal to my mission, so here I am. Redlands is just at the bottom of the hill from Big Bear. That's Big Bear way up there. The town of Redlands is super cute. We're about an hour from LA with no traffic, meaning 2 hours from LA. So I wouldn't exactly call it a suburb. It's definitely part of the LA sprawl, but it's its own thing. Redlands is a college town. There's a big hospital campus, nice small town vibe, an incredible cycling community. The community really embraces the bike race in a way that you don't really see much in the US. There's a super cool bike statue on course that my friend Kathleen designed. When the race comes through town, locals open up their homes for host housing. That was always critical to me back in the day. I have stayed in this house, probably many owners ago, and there's some good bike shops in town that'll take care of you. Shout out to my friends at Cycler USA and Don's Bicycles. A big thing in Redlands is oranges. There's tons of orange groves, parks with orange trees. All the old houses will have orange groves in the yard. Emily's from Florida, they also do oranges. So oranges will have to be our plant corner for this episode.
Emily's Plant Corner.
So here's Emily joining us from our own orange tree at home. It's not ripe yet.
So the 2 most common types of oranges in Southern California are navel oranges and Valencia oranges. I have no idea what our orange tree is. The navel orange was named as such due to its belly button-like appendage. This is actually a genetic mutation that causes another orange to form inside the actual orange. Its harvest season is typically November to June. They're super sweet and juicy, seedless, easy to peel, makes it really great for an easy snack, and also really high in vitamin C.
Plus, the peels are great for an old fashioned.
That is correct. That's why we planted this tree in our yard.
The race itself is awesome. It's a 5-day stage race. There's always a time trial, mountaintop finish. It was actually the only crit that I really enjoyed. Big crowds, lots of tight corners, but the real bike racer stage was Sunset. The first time I won, I was battling Mancebo in dumping cold rain, very un-SoCal. The race goes straight up from town into the Sunset neighborhood, which is a bunch of fancy houses, tall hedges, and nice views. The course is all up and down, left and right. If you're out of the top 10, you're done. And then we get to the wall. A little bit dramatic, it's not that damn steep, but it's short, just over 1.5 minutes. That's not a great distance for me, and either way, that kind of effort hurts. Got no lead out today, no Peloton to draft. This is definitely a draftable segment, so I'm gonna do everything I can. Got my full long sleeve Starlight speed suit. It's definitely worth a few seconds. I've got the Factor Ostro VAM. It's only a little bit heavier than my climbing bike, but I'm sure the aerodynamic advantages are gonna matter on a course this short. Really tough call between the shallow Dura-Ace wheels here and the deeper ones, but I figured it's still uphill. I wanna make sure I have some snap. Gonna hide my first endurance, my saddlebag. I'll be filming this with the Hover Air X1 Pro drone. It does all the drone things you want, like bird's eye view, but I love it for the follow mode to film my KOM videos. Most importantly, it fits in my pocket for the ride there and back. It's short enough, I might as well show you the whole effort. Okay, let's do it. So no thanks to all the pros who've been out here. I took care of it for you. Don't worry about it. I got this. Now I just gotta ride all the way up that to get home. Nothing like a 2 or 3 hour climb after you just blasted yourself for 90 seconds. Let's not forget our stuff. But I gotta do one quick stop before I head back. Now there's lots of good coffee and cookie options in Redlands, but since I only have time for one, I've got to hit Bricks and Birch. It's right on the Crit course downtown. Great place to sit and watch the race. Spent many hours here. And I can't come to Redlands without hitting up my friend Paige. Hi. Paige was our soigneur the first time I won. Paige, I got to ride back up. How about a massage?
I'm retired too.
Drive me back up? All right. So I've got a 3 hour climb ahead of me, but I'm not going to put that in the video because I've already done the Big Bear video for this year. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. See ya.